My dad cried the first time he saw Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He doesn't cry at much.
Come on in! The door is broken! So we built a world inside a little black box, a place where imagination runs wild. Go wild! Welcome to Mr. Bud Theater for the inner child.
Welcome back to Mr. Bird's Theater. I'm your host, Mr. Bird. You know, they always say, never meet your childhood heroes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Fred Rogers. Look, boys and girls, it's Mr. Rogers. Fred, you look like hell, man.
Hello, Mr. Bird. You know, when you stop believing in the neighborhood, that's really when the neighborhood begins to rot.
You used to sing at the top of every show. Would you mind?
I think I would like that very much. This song is for all the children who used to spend their mornings with me. You grew up. Look at you. I have something I need you to hear.
I used to visit you each day, right there in your living room. The screens were smaller back then. You sat a little closer. The world is loud.
I know it is.
It says things about you that aren't true. I meant it then,
I
mean it now. You are still enough. You got good at not needing things. You call that being strong.
That was never what I meant.
That isn't what I meant at all. There's a child watching you right now, learning what a person is worth, from the way you talk about yourself when you think nobody's listening. I can't visit them the way I visited you. That part is yours now. Tell them they are enough.
tell them every day.
I still mean it. Every word.
You were enough then,
You are enough now.
so are they.
Wow. Awesome. All right, well, let's get right into it then. So I saw this t-shirt recently with your face on it, and it said, kindness is punk. Is kindness punk?
Well, I have to be completely honest with you, Mr. Bird. I'm not sure I know very much at all about punk. From what I understand, it's quite loud and angry. But, you know, people so often confuse being kind with being weak. They think it's just passive. But kindness is not an accident. It really isn't. It is a daily, exhausting practice. You have to wake up every single morning and actively decide not to let the world make you cruel. So, if choosing to be kind in the face of cruelty is punk, then yes, I'd say kindness is punk.
Nah, fuck that. Punk tears things down. It's anti-fascist, anti-corporate. It protects people the system doesn't. You know, it's about picking people up in the pit when they fall down and helping your neighbors. Kindness is just nice.
Well, that sounds pretty kind to me.
You know, Mr. Rogers, I think you would like the Clash.
Oh, well, I always tried to avoid clashing. It just upsets the children.
Okay, so let's talk about 1969. You and Officer Clemmons in the waiting pool on national television. It was one of the quietest acts of defiance in American television history. This nonviolent protest that nobody could turn off because it was on right before cartoons. That's punk as fuck, Fred.
Oh, my. You know, it was really just the right thing to do.
True, However, Clemmons was also a gay man and you told him to stay closeted or lose the show.
I loved Francois Clemmons like a son. But you have to understand, the funding for public television back then was just incredibly fragile. If a scandal broke, if the network affiliates found out about him, they would have dropped the program instantly, and the neighborhood would have closed for millions of children.
So what, you sacrifice your friends just to save the show?
Yes, I did. It is a stain. And stains like that, they don't just wash off in a wading pool.
Okay, my turn. Let's talk about everybody's fancy. Specifically, boys are boys from the beginning, girls are girls right from the start. You built this whole neighborhood on the core idea that every kid belonged. And that exact song is being used right now as a weapon against trans kids. Are you anti-trans, Fred?
No, not at all. You know, transgender identity wasn't even a conversation we were having back in 1967. That song was really just written for toddlers. Children that age, they get very anxious about their bodies. They worry they might lose pieces of themselves or that they're somehow built wrong. I wrote those words for frightened 3-year-olds who just needed to know they were safe, that they were whole. I told every child, every single day, that they were special, that I liked them exactly the way they were. Gay, trans, anyone at all. That promise never had an asterisk on it, and it still doesn't.
But would you do it differently now?
Yes, I absolutely would. My job was always to comfort children, to make them feel safe. If I knew the words I chose were being used to hurt them, to make anyone feel like a mistake, I would simply find different words. The words aren't sacred, Roxy. The children are.
Thank you. I think a lot of people really needed to hear that.
Oh my, okay, we got a guest caller, Jonathan Davis from Korn. You are on the air at Mr. Bird's Theater. Go ahead.
Yo, Mr. Bird, what's up? It's Jonathan from Korn. I need the sweaty guy to hear this right now.
Yo, Jonathan, you know what's actually worse than new metal? New metal. Get it? New metal sucks. And yeah, Jonathan, if you were my neighbor, man, I'd move.
Fuck you, Dirty. You used to be my biggest fan. So, Fred, you sat there every single day and you told us that we were loved, that everybody liked us just the way that we were, that the world was safe. And then we grew up and it wasn't safe. And nobody actually liked us. And some of us built our entire lives on what you told us, only have to watch the whole thing just fall apart. You lied to us, man. A whole generation of kids desperately needed the truth. So, what do you got to say for yourself?
Well, I hear you, Jonathan. I really do.
Don't try to do that soft voice thing with me.
I'm not doing a thing, Jonathan. Look, what you just said, it took a lot of courage, and I'm not going to just rush past it. You're right. You are entirely right that the world wasn't what I showed you. I knew that.
Man, why didn't you just tell us the truth?
Because you were 4 years old. A 4-year-old just needs to know they are loved, without any condition. They need to know that their feelings are real and that they aren't alone. That isn't a lie, Jonathan. It really isn't. That is, well, it's the only foundation strong enough to stand on when the hard things finally do come. I wasn't trying to protect you from the world. I really wasn't. I was just trying to build something inside you, something strong enough to actually hold up when the world finally arrived.
Then why does it still feel like it's my fault?
Because you were a child. And, well, children tend to absorb the failures of the adults around them as proof of what they're worth. They just internalize it. But it was a failure of the adults, Jonathan. It was never a failure of you. You are not what was done to you. You never were.
Whatever.
Well, Fred, you handled that well.
You know, what Jonathan said tonight, I suspect some of you felt that too. Whatever the adults in your life failed to give you, that was never a reflection of your worth. You were always enough. You still are.
Well, Mr. Rogers, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for this. I mean that.
All right, that's all the time we have. Good night, neighborinos. Thank you. Hey, Dirty Man. You good? Shut up, man. And don't forget to stick around. We have Bit Rot performing Won't You Be My Enemy next video. Be sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends. All right.